Hebrews 8 starts out with, now this is the main point. Now Hebrews 8, the writer of Hebrews, is coming in and speaking to the Jews who are going back to the old covenant, going back to sacrificing, going back to the way things were. And the writer of Hebrews is addressing this right away. And he's coming in and he says, here's the main point. Pay attention to what's going on. And see, the old covenant is based upon you shall not covet, you shall obey your parents. And the new covenant, God comes in, and even in Hebrews 8:10, he says, I will. Where the old covenant was based on you shall, God comes in and says, I will. Where it's not based upon us now, it's based upon simply having our faith in Jesus. And stop running back to the old covenant and the old way of life. And we can relate to that even now as we're running back to the way things we used to do things because we think it's the better way. Simply saying that, God, I think it's good what you've done, but I think I got it. And simply we're turning the way and saying, God, I trust you. God, I'm going to follow you. And I'm going to run after you with everything I am. And God simply says in verse 8:10, for this covenant I will make the house of Israel in those days, and the Lord, I will put my law on their mind and write it on their hearts, which is simply saying to the Jews that you are going to know God like Moses. Now for us, that's like going up to a group of people and saying, you're going to play basketball like LeBron James. Nobody would believe you. He's pretty much saying that the veil is going to be torn and we're going to have free access to this man, Jesus Christ, to this God, where no other man has been able to do it. Where Moses had to cover the veil has been ripped. And he's simply saying in Hebrews 8, don't run back to the old way. Don't run back to what we used to do. Where it used to be based upon what we would do, based upon the sacrifices we would make, is based upon the sacrifice Jesus, God our Father, sent his Son to do. Where it was, you shall, now it is, God says, I will.